I'm making a change today. The liquor been taking the pain away. I heard you was giving your chain away. That's kind of like giving your fame away. What's wrong with you? I sit in a box with our own.
Yo, what's up, broskies? You saw the title. You know who it is. Yugioh coming back with a new deck profile. One that I'm actually going to be playing for the next few weeks for upcoming regionals here. I think it's the 17th or so. I don't know. It's September, so I have a few weekends to test this deck out at locals. I'm playing Scareclaw. You saw the title. I'm gonna probably be playing it like in its like purest form. I've seen a lot of lists out there. I know people are playing like Tri-Brigade with it, stuff of that sorts. I'm gonna do my best to play it pure, see how it goes. I'll kind of determine what other engines I'm gonna splash in it as I go. But I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. Before I do, like the video, comment down below what you want to see next. Since I will be focusing a little more on this deck, I probably will stop pumping out as many random type deck profiles, but the content will still keep coming. Probably see more live duels, pack openings. We should have like a pretty sick pack opening that's dropped before this one. I'll put a link in the description or the comments for that, so you can keep up with that. But enough talking, and get into it. First up, double, make sure this is like on the camera, double VSAS Starfrost. This card's pretty crazy. It being level 6 tuner makes for easy like synchro 10s. Spoiler, I don't run Baron because I don't own a copy quite yet. I'm trying to make a trade for it this upcoming weekend, or at least before the regional event. But level 6 tuner. If this card's in your hand, you can target one monster you control with a different type and attribute. Then this card, destroy that monster, and if you do spell summon this card, you can only use this effect once per turn. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can make this card gain attack to half the original attack of or defense of that monster, whichever is higher. So the second part doesn't really come up that much, unless you're in a really like grindy situation. But it hasn't come up for me in testing yet. But the first effect is crazy. Next up, triple Scareclaw Brightheart. This card's pretty nuts. You can special summon this card from your hand to your main monster zone adjacent to a Scareclaw monster. If you've been with this channel since the beginning, you know how much I play Crusadia. It reminds me of that a lot. Just special summoning adjacent to a Scareclaw monster you control or in its column. So basically in a link or beside. Then if it's normal special summon, you can add one Scareclaw spell trap from your deck to your hand. Then if 3 or more defense position monsters are on the field, you can draw 1 card. If he's your starter, you're not usually getting the draw card unless you get the spell card that adds it back to your hand. But it is what it is. Terrific card. He's your biggest beater, I guess you would say. Next up, triple Scareclaw Acro. So Acro, same special summoning clause in the column or adjacent, but your Scareclaw monsters in your extra monster zone gain 300 attack for each defense position monster you control, which usually in board you're starting out with at least 2 in defense, so your main boss of the deck is sitting at 3,600, so nothing to scoff at for sure. Triple Astra, special summoned the same way. Also, your Scareclaw monsters in your extra monster zones can attack a number of times each battle phase up to the number of defense position Scareclaw monsters you control with different names. So you know, of course, you would want Acro, Astra, and probably fucking Reichardt. So you can just swing for a bunch of damage. Pretty terrific. And all these are level 3, so this plus Vsauce equals level 9. Double Balloon. I just had to cut 1. He's the Piercer, so I decided to cut him. Piercing's still pretty good. I might see about bumping him back up to 3. It's just pretty tight with all the hand traps I run. But like I said, same special summoning clause, but he does piercing. on the monster and the extra monster zone. So a lot like Crusadia Air Max with the Leonis. He's kind of Leonis of the deck. Next up, Parallel Exceed. This is your this is just free. You go into the Lightheart, bring out Parallel Exceed, go into your Rafflesia or something like that, or at least that's what I do. So at least you have like some protection against Nibiru other than what you have in this deck. Aside for that, Triple Ash Blossom, just great generic card. Double Nibiru. Play this because no one plays around it. Also, you're probably going to play into it, so you'll see in a second. DD Crow, because DD Crow kind of smacks his deck, especially when you use the spell card to add one back from your grave. The DD Crow, it kind of hurts. DD Crow hurts like a lot of decks right now. Ghost Ogre, because it can hurt you and it hurts some other decks right now too. Double Imperm for my suite of hand traps. Next up, double Scareclaw Rival, only run 2. Space is kind of tight with all the hand traps I'm running. So basically target one Scareclaw monster or VSAS. Starfrost in your graveyard. Special summon in defense. If a Scareclaw link effect, if a Scareclaw, link monster you control will be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard in stance. So it kind of reminds me of the branded opening. You can only use this effect once per turn, so it's terrific. There's only 2, it's highly searchable. One Scareclaw Straddle. I've actually never resolved this effect, I've just never had it. Usually the game's in too quick, either way, but you can activate one of the following effects: target one Scareclaw monster or one VSAS in your monster zone, and one face-up monster your opponent controls. Your monsters gain attack. Your monster gains attack and defense equal to your opponent's monster's attack or defense, whichever is higher. When a card effect is activated that targets a Scareclaw monster or VSAS you control, negate that effect. You can only activate one straddle per turn. It's pretty good. I think it's like pretty solid at 1. All these spells are super searchable. So triple primitive planet Reichphobia. I don't know, it's kind of like the heart and soul. So when this card's activated, just add a Scareclaw monster or VSAS from your deck to your hand. Monsters your opponent controls lose 100 attack and defense for each defense position monster on the field, which comes up. If 3 or more defense position monsters are on the field, you can target one card your opponent controls, destroy it. You can only use this effect once per turn. You can only activate one primitive planet Reichphobia per turn. So pretty solid field spell. Kind of does everything you need. So terraforming to get to it. Double Crossout Designator for literally all the hand traps we run, because all of them hurt our deck equally. I mean, you can play through it, but not really. So you need to do Designator. A side and a third. You don't have to, but I just do. So I do 2 Crossout Designators, 1 Call-by because I don't want to like draw multiple. 1 Rhoda, 1 Scareclaw Clash. This card's pretty nuts. It's highly searchable, so you just want to search it. You don't really want to open it. But once per turn, you can target one Scareclaw monster or VSAS you control. It can attack while in face-up defense position. This turn, if it does apply attack or defense, whichever is higher for damage calc, it's always going to be defense. When your opponent activates a card or effect while you control a Scareclaw monster in the extra monster zone, you can send this face-up card to the graveyard and negate that effect. You can only use this effect of Scareclaw's Clash once per turn. Solid one of, really solid one of. And the 1 Gravedigger's Trap Hole for my Parallel Exceeds play. That's it for the main deck. 40 cards. Might bump it up to 42. I don't even know. Next up for the extra deck. It's pretty standard, I would say. As standard goes. So triple Lightheart. Broken. For this card's link summon, you can only use monsters in your main monster zone, so no like linking over, no Lightheart over Lightheart or anything like that. If this card's link summon in the extra monster zone, you can add 1 primitive planet from your deck to your hand. If you control VSAS, you can just special summon the shit from the grave. So it's but you can only do that one once per duel. But you probably only have to do that once realistically. This deck can kind of OTK like crazy. When IP, it's IP. When Crystron, Haki Fibrax, it's Hulk. Hopefully, I don't know if I don't even see people use this that much anymore. It probably be banned. I don't know yet. We'll see how it goes. It just helps you go into your access code talker play. So you know you go this, and then you know it is what it is. To dark, the dark charmer. Everything's dark. You can just get stuff out of your opponent's graveyard, is what it is. Celine for the access code talker play. 2 Scareclaw Tryhard. So this card's insane. Must be link summoned. All face-up monsters on the field are changed to defense position, unaffected by the activated effects of defense position monsters. Once per turn, if this card is in the extra monster zone, you can target 1 level 3 Scareclaw monster in your graveyard, special summon, and if you do, add 1 Scareclaw monster from your deck to your hand, so you can keep popping off like that. You know, you get the Astro from grave. Go search the Reichheart or whatever, so you can add another spell trap or anything like that. You can go get Reichheart, special summon Reichheart, go get Splash. It's just insane. Next up, 1 Appaloosa, just because it's super easy to get into these. Appaloosa Boral Sword, access code Tarker wins games, ends games. 1 Rafflesia for the Parallel Exceeds play, and then just 1 Synchro Virtual World Shinshin. As you know, any card sent to the graveyard, any card sent from the field to the graveyard is just banished instead. Just a walking macro, pretty good. Like I said, hopefully I'll pick up Baron this weekend. I'll give you a little update on the deck list. So for right now, before playing it in like, I mean, I played this deck online, but I will go to my locals this weekend, give it a go, see how it is, make some changes as needed, and we'll see. Hopefully pick up that Baron. But if you want to be here for the updates, you know, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you like this deck, go ahead and hit the like button. If you like the video, go ahead and hit the like button. Comment down below what you want to see next. Like I said, stay tuned for the updates. Check the description for links to previous videos, and we'll see you next time.